Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. If this is your first time ever meeting me, welcome. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne of God, it will not stop me. Angel number is 17, actually angel number 16 and angel number 23. Guys, make sure you check out the description box below. There's always additional messages, guidance, as well as information about me and honestysis.com. So guys, I missed you. I actually had no intention. Oh, God, it's funny. I actually had no intentions on doing any videos today, but I went and did hot yoga, and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know. The cards called to me, so we are here. So the card that came out is actually intention, and for some reason I'm hearing the Solange, do nothing without intention, as well as healing. And for some reason I'm just getting the message that if you set your intention on, okay, I feel like what God wants us to understand is how to set our intentions. And I feel like sometimes we can get caught up in the spiritual community with feeling like we have to be like, write this down, do it on a full moon, do it on this, burn paper, do all this. And I feel like it doesn't even have to be that difficult. I feel like God is saying, if every day you wake up with the intention of being the best person that you could be, if every day you wake up saying that you are going to move in alignment with who you are, if you're going to move in alignment with healing, if you're going to move in alignment with things that make you feel like you in a path of wholesome, you're not going to do anything to betray yourself. God is saying that's how you get the blessing. Like, it's not a God. I feel like what God wants you to understand is that you don't have to search for a goddamn thing. When it's time, angel number 222, when it's time, it'll come to you. It'll find you. The information will find its way to you. Very quick example. I was like really into, when I first started my healing journey, one thing that I was super into was crystals. It's actually what got me started on this path. Was I did crystals, and then I got into Reiki, and then I got into chakra balancing, and the list goes on and on and on. Now I'm here at tarot. And I randomly was thinking about getting back into crystals, and I got this email from this girl. Now, mind you, I've been on this girl mailing list forever, right? And something just told me to look at this email, and all the way at the bottom is I think it was like a new moon or a full moon circle, a full moon crystal circle. Now, mind you, I just thought, like, when they said full moon crystal circle, I thought that it was just like the name of the group. I didn't know that it was like literally a group all about crystals. And I go into this group and they speak about, how they've used crystals to help them manifest jobs, how they use crystals to work through trauma. And I remember this one girl, she was just speaking about her crystal in such a way like they were a person. And I was just like, wow, like it was just so crazy that, again, like the information, it'll come to you. And so me being in that group got me back involved in crystals. And so I did a trip to Vegas, and a lot of people talk about like Vegas is like one of those like weird spiritual places. Like I don't know, like they said it's either like super healing or it's like a dark hole. So it was like I just felt like I needed to be grounded, and I had my sandstone crystals on me. And I tell y'all, I went outside and I was just like walking, like I was just feeling so good. And I was like, angel number 428. And then, I don't know, like, go throughout the day, all of this amazing things happening. I'm just feeling like this confidence that I have never felt before. I'm feeling so sure about myself, so sure about my path. And like, that night, this crystals tumbles out. Same thing has happened to me before. When I wear my rose curls, like I'll go somewhere. One time I had this man like open my door for me. Then he bought me some lunch, and it was all because I had my rose curls crystals on. I say that to say, like, when it's time for you to get back involved in something, when it's time for you to know some information, it'll find you, just like how this video or how you found me. So I feel like what God is saying, it's not about you. I feel like he wants you to get out of this panic mode, and he wants you to just trust that when it's time, when you need to do something for your healing, or if you need the information, it'll come to you. I'll just say that and leave it at that. Angel number 529. All right, God, clarify this message of intention and healing. What are you trying to get us to understand about this message of intention and healing? What is our energy towards setting intentions? What is our energy towards healing? Do we feel like we have the power to become the alchemist of our lives? Do we feel like we have the power to heal ourselves? So is that something that we are seeking externally? Make it as plain as possible. And I was just like so happy. I'm so glad I got back into crystals. It's just, I don't know, like, crystals are really, truly, truly amazing. Like, I mean, they're kind of fucking magical. I mean, like, this is kind of insane. Like, this shit is, it just really works. Like, so I feel like maybe you have been thinking about getting into some crystals, and you're just like, I don't know, like, is that witchcraft or no? Like, they're tools. Like, they're just simply tools. Just like tarot is a tool. Like, the thing is, we have to realize that God, or however you grew up, he left these things on earth, these tools for us to use. Just like money is a tool, like it's a tool, right? So it's like, why fear it? Why push it away? It kind of reminds me of Lovecraft and how, oh, wow. Thank you, God. It reminds me of Lovecraft and how she was like, I thought that this magic was something to be feared, but now I understand that it's something to be nurtured and passed on. Angel number 711. And I feel like that's why, like, all of this we're coming full circle. We're starting to get back into our spiritual ways. We're starting to get back into our spiritual practices. Because we realize that there's value in that. We realize that we're not on this planet alone. We realize that we do have ancestors and people on the other side that want to help us, right? And so I feel like what God is saying is, don't fight this path. If you've been getting a lot of messages, or if you set your intentions that you want to, be your highest self, that you want the ultimate healing, that you want to heal your generational trauma, or the lineage, your ancestral lineage, then God is saying, don't fear the path that you have to take. Know that whatever is coming up in your life, know that it's coming up because of the intentions that you set. And if you haven't set any intentions, and if it's just a lot of chaos and you just like, what the fuck is going on? It's time to set some intentions, okay? For intentions, the energy that came up is 7 of Wands. And every fucking time I see this card, Angel number 811, I see Beyonce. I don't know why. Every time I see this card, I see Beyonce. And so I feel like with this intention, what God is saying that, your intention, the reason why you feel like you need to work so hard, the reason why you feel like you have to stand your ground and guard yourself so much, is because you don't believe in this other side that can help you. The reason why you won't trust your intuition and trust the nudges that are in that, where you're naturally trying to go, is because of your past. It's because you've been let down before in the past. And so now you feel like you need to be defensive, you feel like you need to stand your guard. You need to fight for your position. And I feel like what God is saying, you don't have to fight for your position, because this is just your natural birthright. Like, we're not working towards anything. That's why we have to get out of this energy. I've been getting this message a lot, getting out that energy of trying and getting out that energy of searching, and just knowing that when you set your intention, all the information will come. And so for healing, what came out is this Ace of Wands, and that's exactly what God is saying. I feel like what God is saying is, drop the defenses a little bit. Trust him. And the thing is, I'm not asking you to jump out the window and be like, man, fuck your job. Like, I'm not asking you to do that. Like, and also God is not asking you to do that. The message that I'm getting here with when you set your intention is that God knew exactly where you were when you set your intention. We get prayers and we ask God for, I want a new job. I want a new career. I want to be in alignment with my highest calling. And then shit start happening. And instead of allowing the shit to happen, we like, oh shit, like what's going on? Like, I gotta defend it. Something's about to happen. And God is like, no, like there's no need for that. Go with the flow. Change is constant. Be like water. And I feel like what God is saying is that, again, if you set your intention for change or for healing to come in your life, if anything starts shaking up, then you have to know that maybe it's the answer to those prayers. I want to go back to what I was starting with, that you pray for a job. You pray for, the opportunity to live out your childhood dreams, and then you're trying to figure out how to get there, instead of just taking the time to observe where you are, taking the time to assess your skills, taking the time to listen to the information, to be open to the information that is coming to you. You're defensive. Look at this. This energy is two opposites. Two totally different opposite energy. And all of these wands coming out is telling me it's a lot about your passion. And so as I keep getting stopped, I want you to know that when you prayed for that, to be an actress. So when you prayed to be a movie star, a director, or whatever the fuck you prayed for, God knew exactly where you were. He knew you were nowhere near the resources. He knew that you had this fucked up background. He knew that he know you ain't come from money. He know you ain't have the fucking degree to do it. He knew exactly the position you were in when you made that prayer, right? So drop your defenses, right? Allow your intentions to flow. Allow whatever needs to occur to unfold, so that you can get the healing and that fresh new beginning that is going on. Don't hold on to what is going on, because you're gonna miss out. I feel like that's what God is really trying to get you to understand. You're defensive, or you're feeling like this fight that is going against you. You're safe. It's no need for you to fight anymore. It's no need for you to second guess and doubt yourself no more. You are at a new level. And so God is saying, now that you're at a new level, remember your intention. Remember where you asked to go. And start focus your intention on there. All right, God, I'm just going to ask for a quick tool. God, give me a tool that we can use in order to set our intentions more clearly. How can we drop our defensiveness and our need to be combative? And I'm not saying that Beyonce is combative at all. I'm just saying that this card looks like Beyonce. I just want to clarify that. I just felt the need to clarify that. God, how can we drop our defenses and allow ourselves to naturally get to the healing and to the blessings that are rightfully ours? God, just give us a tool that we can use that can get us out of this energy of trying and get us in this energy of being. Make it as plain as possible. One card, please. One card only. Angel number 14. And I said one card only. The law of attraction adds power to both my problems and solutions. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you've identified that, the faster you are able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better you will be. Because a continual exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibrational frequency. Hold on. The problem is a different vibrational frequency, angel number 1440, from the solution. And all thoughts or vibrations are affected by or managed by the law of attraction. So what God is saying is that, again, welcome to planet Earth. You are here to seek joy. Drop your defenses. You say you want to have love, right? So if something came up to where someone made you feel like you had to defend yourself, angel number 1511, or defend your position, defend who you are, then maybe the situation that came up was coming up to show you that this person wasn't in alignment with where you're trying to go, right? So what God is trying to say is that when things come up in your life that shakes you or rattle your foundation, instead of being defensive and being like, I'm right, allow yourself to look at it and be like, well, what is God trying to teach me? What is this situation trying to show me? What do I need to learn from this situation? What am I going to gain by softening my approach? If you do that, if you just take that moment to not continue to spiral into negative thoughts, if you just stop, I want to say this to somebody. If you hate your job, continually in saying that you hate your job, going on your job with a shitty ass attitude every day, snapping on people because they don't know your worth, that's not going to get you to the job that you ultimately want. That's not going to get you in alignment with where you want to be. If you hate your fucking job so much, what you need to be doing is obsessing yourself, looking at your skill set, looking at the things that this job provides. Look at the good thing for your job. Do you have to go in the office? Are you able to create your own schedule? Are you able to create your foundation? Okay, yes. If you can or if you can't, figure that out. Find the balance between that. And then every day you need to be doing something in intention, in your attention and in your alignment with going in the direction of where you want to go. Yeah, God knows it's fucked up. He know the job is not in alignment. He know you didn't make a conscious choice. So now let's just start making conscious choices every single morning. And when you do that, you change your frequency and you get the ultimate healing, new job, new blessing, fresh new beginning that you ultimately deserve. All right. Final message is actually going to come from this Wisdom of the Oracle deck, a chakra deck, which is kind of interesting. I didn't see us coming here. Angel number 1735. I typically come to this a lot when I'm trying to look at some blockages. So God, what's blocking us from being able to change our direction, change our attention, change our focus? How can we set our focus and our attention on our intention and towards the healing that we ultimately want, angel number 17, and not focusing on the problems? God, what's blocking us from getting that fresh new start, that fresh new beginning, that healing, that new passionate start? What's stopping us from getting it, God? Make it as plain as possible. One card only, please. One card only. At the bottom is instinct. This is all about connecting to your spiritual side. This is also just about trusting yourself. Again, it all goes back to you. But somehow you have to find a way to block out the outside noise and to learn to trust your natural instinct, to learn to trust your intentions. You don't have to prove yourself to them people no more. I literally have a sign on my thing that says no more fighting. I am safe because I want to operate in the energy of peace. And anything that is a threat to the peace that I'm trying to generate for myself, the waste of energy to prove myself does not bring me closer to that energy. It actually takes me further away from it. Yeah, people get tired of being a bigger person, but let's think about it from an energy management standpoint. Why would I put my energy into somebody who is determined to diminish me? Why would I allow that person to keep having that power over me? Remember, we're always in the driver's seat. We always have the choice of how we want to view the situation. And I feel like what God really wants you to do is drop the facade and start being true to you. So let's get some more messages about this facade. I'm just going to go straight to the legend. We know this is all about our solar plex. So again, a problem with standing in your power. Angel number 20. This isn't who I am. The bronze boy Darnell was young when his father died, and he became the man of the family. Out for a walk one day many years later, he was mesmerized by the sight of children playing. As a child, he never played, and he hid behind a tree, crying bitterly, then quickly buried his emotions. At the end of his life, on his way to heaven, he stopped at the park and finally reclaimed the inner child he had left behind many years before. If you are unhappy in your relationships, you may be relating to others through a false sense of duty. Give up being something you are not. Wow. Give up being something you're not. Bronze God is about reclaiming life. What have I done to heal my childhood pain? And so I feel like the message for you today, your homework, if you so choose to go down this path, is to really think about what was taken from you at childhood. I know for me, I feel like I never got a chance to be a child. I always felt responsible. And now I just want to play. I always felt the need to defend myself. And now I want to drop that down. Now I want to just be in peace. And so I feel like what God is saying is, again, look at your life. Look at the roles that you are playing in your life. Look at the relationships that you have in your life. Are people in your life making you feel the need to be defensive? Are people in your life in alignment with where you are trying to go? Are they in alignment with the intention and the focus that you have? Is the job in alignment with the focus and the intention that you have? Are you going in a direction in where you want to go? And if you're not, what steps are you taking to help yourself get there? For my people in relationships, is your relationship making you feel like you have to defend the person you naturally are? Does this relationship make you feel like you can't be your full self? Are you being loyal to the wrong person? Is this relationship allowing you to grow into the best person that you can be? Angel number 2230. That's your answer. Because if it's not, now it's time to focus on the solution. Now it's time to focus on what you can do to get yourself in alignment with where you're trying to go. If you do that, if you just wake up every single day with that intention that I'm going to be the best person that I can be, with the intention that I'm going to do one thing to get me closer to the life that I want to be in, healing and a fresh new beginning will naturally come to you. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel, and I want my people to see this shit. And if not, if you really, really enjoyed this message, or if it really touched you, please give me your key takeaways below. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Mwah! Namaste. Angel number 2323.